Let's get to our first email today. And our first email today comes to us from Jose, who writes, I've been using Sinemia for about 4 months. I just got a notification saying that my account has been terminated. The worst part is that they didn't say why. I followed all the rules and was always careful when purchasing tickets. Have you guys heard anything about this? Well, Jose, as a matter of fact, yeah, you're not the only one. As a matter of fact, a lot of people have been waking up getting notifications that their Sinemia accounts have been terminated by Sinemia without much explanation at all. Now, Sinemia has put out the following statement. Now, by the way, I should mention, for those of you who don't know what Sinemia is a alternative to MoviePass. You pay a monthly fee for the card. It gets you into a certain amount of movies per month. And quite frankly, I've always thought it was the superior card to MoviePass. I actually happen to carry a Sinemia card. I'm a Sinemia member myself. But a lot of people have been waking up and finding their things terminated. Here's what Sinemia had to say in an official statement. They wrote this. Now, this is taken from Engadget. In response to a request for comment, Sinemia said that it has uncovered more than 1,000 variations of fraud and has improved its fraud detection system accordingly, and that it detected fraudulent activities by a number of users whose memberships have been subsequently terminated due to violation of the terms of service. That said, it's unclear why a number of seemingly well-behaved members are being subjected to these same terminations. So, basically, there's been a few things going on here with Sinemia recently. They have been trying to crack down on making sure people are using their card properly, like the way their card is supposed to be used, by not buying tickets for other people with your card, unless you're allowed to bring a guest, but not by buying a ticket for they wanted you now to submit identification to prove you are who you are because they've been a victim of fraud. And I'll say this. This isn't a situation like MoviePass, where MoviePass, their whole business model was based on mob tactics. Right. See, the MoviePass, the way I interpreted it at any rate, MoviePass's whole business plan was based on trying to use gangster strong-arm tactics. Our business philosophy, our goal here, our strategy, MoviePass's was to get so many members, even if it was at a ridiculously low price that we couldn't possibly sustain, that we could blackmail studios and movie theaters into working with us, or we would withhold our customers from them. That's underhanded, dirty business, and I'm glad they failed. Sinemia never had that. Sinemia was just, hey, let's just build a model and let's see if it can work. And it cannot work if anybody's using it fraudulently. But I'll say this. As somebody who's been a very satisfied Sinemia, I've never had any problems with Sinemia myself. And I have no problem with them taking steps to try to ensure that their system isn't being gamed. I'm okay with that. But if you're going to start terminating users, which you may have a right to do because of your terms of service, if you're going to start terminating users who have been your customers, who have been paying the monthly fee, you at least owe them a damn explanation. You want to terminate them? Fine. Give them an explanation and give them a process by which they can appeal it.
Sure.
To show, wait a minute, you're saying I used my card fraudulently at the Philadelphia Cineplex 5? I don't live in Philadelphia. You know, you just terminated them without any recourse, without any system to acknowledge, hey, maybe we terminated you incorrectly. Maybe there's an explanation for this, but with no question, no communication, no explanation to just terminate. That's unacceptable. It's not dirty and underhanded, but it's unacceptable and bad business practice. And this is coming from a guy who has been a fairly happy Sinemia. Now, I use A-list 99% of the time now, but once in a while I'm not close to an AMC theater and I need to go to a different theater and I pull up my Sinemia card. And I've always been happy with it. But this is not right. This is unacceptable. Rob, you're hearing about this situation here. What's your response to it?
Well, you know, again, these kinds of draconian measures, it's very Kafkaesque, like, you know, like The Trial, where a poor hapless soul, you know, somebody who's abiding by the rules and who might fall into a suspected category. You're now a suspect because of something you did might have looked hinky and it wasn't your fault. And then you get terminated. I mean, it's right out of something like the TV show The Prisoner, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's weird. And for a company to just do that to people without explanation is bad business. You're never going to believe in that company again. You know, it's why I collect physical media, John, because one day they're just going to terminate those movies of yours that are digitally out there.
I'm not quite sure how the Sinemia situation connects, but I'll allow it. Please.
But I mean,
continue.
it's draconian. It's you can't.
Yeah.
If you're a like, these probably are nice, good people that are using their service the way they're supposed to, and because of something they unknowingly did or unwittingly did, they get canceled, and that's not good. With no explanation, then you can't call up and find out, hey, what did I do wrong? I mean, at least they could send you something and say you did this wrong, and you can go, no, I didn't.
And look,
Nope.
and I'm sure there are real situations where, yes, there were
No doubt.
customers that were gaming the system and were violating the terms of use, and they got terminated. No question. I'm absolutely 100% positive that's true. But you have to take measure in dealing with that problem. You have to take measures to ensure you're going to protect your good customers who have just been, hey, I've been a customer of yours for 8 months. I've been paying every week. Or every month I go to my movies and I'm during service, and then just bam, you get hit with a termination hammer and no explanation.
Right.
I mean, that's just, I get it. It would take hassle to give notifications, but if you're going to terminate a customer, you owe them the common decency of an explanation.
Sure.
And to have in place a appeal system. Say, hey, if you think you were terminated incorrectly, please click this button, fill out this form, and we'll have one of our representatives review your situation.
Yeah.
And I know that costs money to do, but you owe it to your customers. And anyway, I hope Sinemia, this is something that can kill a company, and I really hope they learn from this. I hope they can correct this situation quickly and get back to being a good service, because this looks bad on them. I'll be straight up. This looks bad.
You know, I keep this next to my desk. I keep it here as a reminder.
Right beside your Blockbuster card.
Yeah, it's a reminder of how you don't do business. And I had an annual. I got it for Christmas. It was it was paid annually, and it's not even worth paper is worth more than that card now.
Yeah.
And